One of the things we like to do here at Sierra Adventure Vehicles is highlight a special build. Today we're going to go through the build of what we call the shop truck, which is my daily driver. We'll go through every upgrade from tip to tail. Let's start up front with lighting. In the bumper here, we have a Baja Designs 20-inch S8 that's wired to a factory auxiliary switch. You hit that light and the light blasts through the bumper and lights up the road ahead. In the corner of the bumper, we have CJC's Baja Designs Squadron fog light kit. Kit's available on 3 lighting levels: SAE, which is legal, the Sport, which you see here, and the Pro. We chose diffuse cornering for ours, and the kit retains your factory parking sensors. Let's move to wheels and tires. If you watch our other videos, you probably heard us say you can run any tire you want as long as it's a Toyo. And we really like Toyos here. They balance well, they're relatively quiet for how aggressive they are, and we really like the aesthetics. Our truck's running 37 1250 Toyo MTs. They're wrapped on trail ready 17 by 8.5-inch wheels with a 5.5-inch back spacing, which works with this size tire and the kit that we're running for suspension. We really like this wheel. It's high quality, made in the US product. And then we've equipped, behind the beadlock ring here, we've equipped our truck with Apex's RPV, rapid precision valve, which allows us to air down our tires to trail pressure in about 10 seconds. Let's move on to the suspension. The lift kit in this truck is really the heart of the build and what makes it so fun to drive. We've opted for Thurin fabrication for our kit complete. We really respect Don Thurin and his team and the work that they produce up there out of their shop in Oregon. The kit we opted for here is a 2 3/4-inch front lift and a 1-inch lift soft spring in the rear. The 2 3/4-inch coil lift kit is paired with a 2.5-inch diameter King shock. The King shocks can be a little stiff for some customers for a daily driver, but this truck with these King shocks can handle anything you throw at it. You can really rally this thing on or off road. We've been through all sorts of whoops at 50, 60 miles an hour. We've had all 4 tires off the ground, and these King shocks just handle it like it's no problem. When you lift the front of a truck like this, a radius arm coil setup, the track bar will swing the axle to one side as the axle moves down and the lift kit increases your ride height. So you need to pair that with an adjustable track bar. So this kit comes with Thurin's adjustable track bar. One of the things we like to add to a kit when you're running this size tire is a steering stabilizer. So we've opted for the Fox through shaft steering stabilizer. The last component we'll talk about on the front suspension are the radius arms. The Thurin radius arms, called the Alien arms, because of their kind of unique shape, are much stronger and stouter than your factory arms. They also correct steering geometry when you bring the axle down or bring the truck up for the lift. But the other reason you need to run them is when you're running a 37 or 38-inch tire and you turn the wheel to lock, the factory radius arm, you could rub right here. These arms are shaped to get out of the way of the inside edge of the tire so they don't rub. Let's talk about the rear suspension. We've opted for the 1-inch soft coils in the back here. Lots of trucks run a leveling kit and they retain those factory coils in the rear. That's a much firmer ride than we were going for with this build. We wanted something that was really aggressive, that we could really rail off-road, and that those firm coils in the back just aren't going to give us that. So to make up for the capacity loss with those soft coils, which are great off-road, we're running the full travel bags. These full travel bags can be controlled from the cab and set to an air pressure for the load in the bed or if we're towing. And then they've got a pin here, and we can remove the full travel bags and go into full send mode. Just like the front, we're running 2.5-inch King shocks in the rear. We've been really happy with this shock setup. And then also like the front, to correct the suspension geometry for the lift, we're running a Thurin track bar kit. Let's finish off the build at the tail. The airbags we looked at for the rear suspension are supported by an ARB twin compressor custom mounted under the rear seat. Controls are wired to the cab to an auxiliary switch, factory auxiliary switch, and can also be controlled by an app on your phone. Of course, lines are routed to the airbag, but air lines are also routed to the front and rear bumpers so we can air back up our tires after we've aired down for a trail ride. One of the things we also like to do here at the shop is upgrade fuel tanks. This truck has a 52-gallon Titan tank, which gets us about 850 miles of range, which means from our shop here in Truckee, California, we could drive to Bozeman, Montana, or Phoenix, Arizona, or Salt Lake City, Utah, without fueling up. So that wraps up our build for our 2021 Ram 2500 Everyday Driver. If you have any questions about your truck or want to talk to us about your build or your project, come see us in Truckee at the Pioneer Commerce Center or reach out to us at sierraadventurevehicles.com.